This is a quick introduction to my Mac Plus, which is probably my favorite computer that I own. And you might be looking at this Mac Plus and thinking, well, it doesn't look like a Mac Plus. It doesn't even say Mac Plus in the front of it. Well, this is actually an original Macintosh 128K that was upgraded with the Apple official Mac Plus upgrade. And it's actually a very early Mac 128, made in February 1984. When I got this computer, it didn't turn on. The guy said it used to turn on and just one day suddenly went from perfect to no life at all. So when I got it, I took it apart and I found one single broken solder joint on the analog board and reflowed that solder, and then it came right to life. So I have it plugged in here. Let's fire it up and see what happens. Alright, screen is looking pretty sharp, giving us our question mark disk, but I have just the solution for that. That's right, the floppy emu. Let's look it up. Boy, was that ever fast. Alright, so let's get in here a little bit closer and look at some of the cool stuff I've got on this floppy emu. So of course, I've got all the standard stuff that you'll need to get online and do some work. Mosaic, Word, Excel, and both kinds of Stuffit. But more importantly, this EtherTalk installer. So what that is, my goal with this computer is to get it on the internet, or at least as on the internet as possible. And I want to do that with this pretty cool EtherTalk Ethernet box. Look at that guy. Asante EtherTalk for SCSI. Not very easy to come by. But I've got the drivers, and they're installed, and they work, and the EtherTalk even blinks, but it doesn't like to talk to my router, which is far too new, so I bought a new old stock $11 10 base T router. I think this came off of like a phone system or something, and I haven't tried it yet, but I'm very excited. See, it even has some kind of a weird mount on it. I don't know. But I'm confident this is going to work, and I'm going to be able to mosaic all over the internet. Probably I'll have to use that pretty cool Python proxy that is on GitHub, which I'll pop a link to take out HTTPS and stuff. But pretty excited. Now I'm going to go ahead and shut this down because it does start to make the whine of death, and I haven't done any capacitors in it yet. Pretty sure they are all original. The other cool thing about this Mac Plus is it came with this pretty sweet Mac bag by linebacker, I guess. But it's pretty cool. Zipper, just like some of those other Mac bags, the real ones, but pretty cool. And inside, if you can see that, is the original Macintosh user's guide. Just the kind of thing you read to your kids before bed. Chapter 1. Getting started. And actually, I never checked if this was for the Mac Plus or for the original Macintosh. Well, that's like an LC475. Oh, it's for 1995. What? Alright, I take it back. This is for an LC580 and has nothing to do with the computer that came in this bag. Right? But this also came with discs. I went through some of these. Some of them did work. I've got all sorts of weird stuff. Programming, assorted stuff, lots of games, HyperCard help, antivirus, very important for when I take this thing online. I'll leave that there. HyperCard and stacks. Your Apple tour of the Macintosh Plus. Very cool stuff. And hopefully I can fit my cool LAN box in there and take this to LAN parties. Well, I think that's pretty good for a very brief intro to my pretty cool Mac Plus, Mac 128 hybrid thing. I'm very excited about it. And hopefully next time I have this out, we will try and go online. I would love if I could get this to the point where I can go onto like an old MUD with Telnet. That would be my dream. It's not a big dream, but it is my dream. Damn. Nope. Aha. Gotcha.